Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. We are here today to make an absolute classic cocktail from a guy, from a place called the Pegu Club. First written about, we think, first put into book form by a guy named Hugo. Eventually written up by a guy named Harry. And suddenly, now all kinds of bars are being named after it. It's a great cocktail, really kind of a fun cocktail. We're going to talk about the where it falls, just sort of like its place in history, etc. You guys know how this story goes. This is how the show goes. Talk about a little history, make a little drink, crack a joke or two. Maybe sometimes we, hit the soundboard. Hot. Rinse and repeat. Before, though, we get into this cocktail, let me say hello to the people. The people are here, and the people were early today, starting off with our good friend, Tiki Tom. Tiki Tom, good evening to you. 45 minutes early. Oh, sorry. Spent 45 minutes making lime cordial. Dang. If only, Tiki Tom, you had the recipe at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Right here. You can follow this right here. It's an easy way to do it. Just really the whole thing is grinding the limes. But you guys can watch it over there. Good place to learn how to make an easy lime cordial. It is Jeffrey Morgenthaler's version, but I do it in video, so got to give it to me. DC Debbie Clark, the winner of the 2023 Kentucky Derby, also the winner of the only person that lets us know that she has cool music taste. She was listening to some Amy Winehouse tonight. I think she was listening to the Decemberists the other night. DC Debbie Clark living at like 2010, really heavy feels kind of lifestyle. We like that for her. Amy Beer is here. We learned something absolutely insane about Amy, and it does blow my mind. Her real name is Amy. So just be careful with that, guys. Don't go blabbing that. That's a secret just for us. Her real name, Amy Beer's real name, it's crazy, is Amy Beer. I did not see that one coming. Sent my head spinning all over the place. Tiki Tom did use Jeffrey Morgenthaler's recipe. I think that's the good way to do it. That's the one I used when I made that video. Check it out. Like, subscribe, comment, and share over there too. DC David Clark would like to try one. DC David Clark, I have a link for you. It's right here. Check it out. Tom's doing a little fanciness, he's adding a little malic acid, give it that apple feel. Way to go, Tiki Tom. Way to go. Put a little malic acid into Jeffrey Morgenthaler's lime cordial. Here's Moose. Moose, he's woken up. He is glad to be back. It is 3 a.m. his time, at least, somewhere right around there. Too early for me, but right on time, apparently, for our good friend Moose. Here's Kyle. Heyo. Good to see you, pal. Kyle with all the highs, hays, hellos. Shawnee P, Shawnee Panda Baker, showing up late. What I mean is he showed up on time, and that is late for Sean Panda Baker. Good to see ya. Let's see who else we got in here. I saw Paul was here. Yes, Paul. Paul loves gin. Gin. The UF Mark, our resident alligator. Chomp. Favorite gins people. What is everybody's favorite gins? Everybody knows mine? It's the only one I have back here. People seem to like gin. Okay. Lots of cheers. Debbie also likes gin. We love a gin cocktail. We stan a gin king. Tonight, we are going to be making a cocktail. Let's do that again. Tonight, I got to be excited at the beginning. One note I've gotten from some people that watch my videos, you got to be excited up at the top. Otherwise, who's going to watch your video if you start off low energy? So let's start it here tonight. Tonight, we're making an absolute classic cocktail. It's called the Pegu Club. It was named after, now get this, Hold on, everybody. I'm going to drop some crazy knowledge on you. Named after a club that it was apparently created at called the Pegu Club. The more I think about it, I guess that does make sense. Created, the Pegu Club opened in 1880 in a place called Myanmar or a place called Burma. It depends kind of on when you showed up there. It's kind of like Constantinople versus Istanbul. Things change, things evolve, etc. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. How do I know that? I listened to that song by the Giants. Anyway, it created this club started in 1880. It has passed through some, let's say, rough times. But what created in the 1880s hasn't seen at least a few of its old beliefs really sort of taken down a little bit. For a while, it was owned by the English. For a while there, when the English owned something, it got pretty white. It got pretty white there, and this one did get pretty white there for a little bit. And then the Japanese at one point took over this Pegu Club, and at that point, it pretty much stayed. The locals weren't allowed. The local Myanmarese or the Burmese were not allowed to hang out there up until fairly recently. The Myanmarese and the Burmese were not allowed to hang out at this place. But that doesn't mean that the cocktail is a horrible cocktail. In fact, this is one of my very favorite gin cocktails. It is incredibly refreshing. It's got all the big flavors, and there's disagreements on how to make it. And I like that. Some people, even people like Simon Difford, the amazing cocktail historian who owns Diffords.com, recommends that you use Rose's lime cordial inside of this drink. I do not agree with Simon Difford on everything, and this is one of those cases. Instead, you can watch one of my videos. I think I'll put a link right here, somewhere right around here, where you can watch how to make a real lime cordial that is not disgusting Rose's lime cordial. It is a real delicious lime cordial. We will be using some of that tonight. I won't show you how to do it because you should go watch the other video. And what else? That's it. I think that's it. I think we did. I think that was a pretty concise way to describe the history of this cocktail. Oh, shoot. Never mind. I talk real quick. The first time we see this written about, it was by a guy named Hugo Enslin in The Fine Art of Mixing Cocktails, something like that. The Fine Art of Mixing Drinks, our favorite German mixologist. And then when it really took off, this one took off into in a book that was called the Savoy Cocktail Book, of course, written by Harry Craddock. And then, and most importantly, it was brought on by a woman named Audrey Saunders, who started a bar in New York called the Pegu Club. And really, we can trace a lot of bars coming from the Pegu Club. It was kind of like a breeding ground for the greatest bartenders of our time. So many that I'm not going to get into them, but lots and lots and lots of great bartenders. You know what? If I'm going to use this, I'm going to list them right here. I'll list them. Ooh, look at, that's a big name right there. Oh gosh, that guy worked at the Pegu Club? Him? Her? Them? Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Pegu Club not only had some significance in the old timies, but it's also a pretty new timey thing. Without the Pegu Club, we might not have had the huge cocktail revolution that we have had over the past few years. So that's the history. And now we're done. Done with history. Try to get it done as quick as possible because I want to enjoy this drink. So let's go ahead and make this drink. Let's get this camera. Anyway, okay, a little magic. Ta-da. Okay, let's get into this cocktail. There is a much easier way to make this cocktail if you don't want to deal with making all of the lime cordial and all the lime, etc. If you just want to go quick, it's very simple. 2 ounces of gin, 3/4 lime, 3/4 simple syrup, and a dash of orange bitters and a dash of some Angostura bitters. However, I don't think you're doing the drink justice if you aren't getting that real thick, deep lime flavor into it that comes from the cordial. And you can watch how to make Dr. Cush's exotic Jeffrey Morgenthaler's lime cordial by following a different video. But you don't have to do that right now because you're watching this one. Right here, we have something called lime cordial. Put it in that one right there. Look at that. Ooh. Lime cordial, all it is a bunch of limes that have been grated or microplaned. This is a microplane right here. You basically just take these guys right here, take some limes, get all that skin off, put it in to some water. Sorry, put it into some lime juice and some sugar. That's it. Got it right here, though. We want to put in, hold on to your hats. For one drink of this cocktail, we want to put in 1/4 of an ounce of some lime cordial. Now, because lime cordial isn't always fresh from a lime, what's great about lime cordial is you can make it beforehand, and then you can put a little alcohol in it and let it sit for a while. So it's not the freshest of fresh lime juice, although you should make it with fresh lime juice. We are going to take this guy right here. This is called a lime. This is where we get lime juice. The term lime juice actually comes from it being the juice of a lime. A little entomology there for you guys, so you guys know where everything comes from. We're going to take a lime, and we want to get the most juice out of these teeny tiny limes. Apparently not lime season in California. So we are going to do our famous trick right here, where we are not going to slice down the middle. We're going to slice down the side, find this runner in here, and cut them out. Get a nice cut out there. And there we go. Did I say 1/4 ounce of this last stuff? I meant 1/2 ounce. Let me just make sure that I have all of my stuff ready. Nope, 1/4 ounce. We're good. Okay, we need a 1/4 ounce of lime juice. It's not a lot of lime juice. Not a lot of anything, but certainly not a lot of lime juice. Let's go ahead and squeeze in. Let's get this out of here. Squeeze in a 1/4 ounce of lime juice. There we go. And how about this one too? Oh, there we go. And how about this one too? Excellent. What did I say? 1/4 ounce of lime juice. Looking great. Looking great, feeling great. Lordy, lordy, this is 40. Next thing we need in order to get this, since we put some lime juice in there, we need to sort of bump up some of our sweetness. We need to balance the sourness of the lime juice with the sweetness of some simple syrup. Bring out the famous Frank's Red Hot. Hopefully one day, probably when I'm long gone. I've been dead for 800 years or something. Frank's Red Hot, which we know will exist like a cockroach. I mean, this stuff is everywhere. Hopefully they will do a commemorative simple syrup, and they will make it in this bottle. And well, that'll be my contribution, I think, to cocktails. We need a 1/4 ounce of some simple syrup for this one. So pour that in. Excellent. Okay. We have some thoughts on favorite gin. Amy, whose real name is Amy. Her favorite gin is Green Hat, one local to DC. Boy, I love a local gin. Kind of like a local honey. It is going to have those botanicals that are local to your area. That's a great way to do it, unless they're importing botanicals. Then that's really just cheating. DCW Clark's loving that Bombay Sapphire. That's a good one. That's a good one. Although Moose tends to think you guys are all wrong. He's saying it right here. Nothing beats Tanqueray. And then Shawnee Panda Baker is wondering, what about the beef? The Beef Eater, of course. Beef Eater is a nice classic gin. Best Old Tom is Bar Hill Tomcat. No one's going to fight Bootopia. Good to see you, Bootopia, by the way. And the color changing one is, of course, yes, Empress 1908. But don't worry, guys. If you guys are inviting Amy, whose real name we know, she'll drink all of your gin. She'll drink any of your gin. And Tom, big fan of Ryan Reynolds, likes aviation. Okay, but we don't have any of those gins here. Instead, at this bar, we carry one gin, unless somebody else gives us a gin, and then we also carry that gin. This right here is Martin Miller's gin. It is a kind of a sweeter gin. I'm going to raise this a touch. I feel like I might have bumped it earlier. Raise it up. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that framing. How do you get an award for cameraing? I don't know, but we're going to get it. This right here is our good friend Martin Miller. Martin Miller is, they say it's Icelandic, England, Iceland. I don't know anything about it, but I do like it. Find yourself a gin that you like, preferably, folks. When I say folks, I'm being serious. Preferably something that is a dry gin, a London dry gin. Don't go crazy and put in an Old Tom gin. Don't put in a Genevieve in here or a Geneva, however the heck you say it. Don't put in one of those. Find yourself a dry gin, something that has all that characteristic of the botanicals, but added before distillation. That's what we're looking for. And the reason we want to find one we like is because we want to put in 2 ounces. 2 ounces of some gin. At this point in the process, what we really have in front of us, just a fancy way to make a gimlet. Lime, sugar, gin, that's a gimlet. I don't mean to break any hearts. I don't mean to put any roaches in anybody's shawarma or anything at this point, but that is just a gimlet where we start to see this separate a little bit. And it does prove that even tiny little changes to cocktails can change the whole thing. We're going to be putting in 2 different bitters. Not a lot of 2 different bitters, but 2 different bitters. Get this out of here. We want to first grab this guy right here. This is from our friends Sam and Dave. They own this bottle. This is a bottle right here of Angostura bitters. It's clearly been used, well loved, and certainly leaked all over the place. But I learned that if you put the cap on really tight, it doesn't leak. I learned that. I didn't just know that. I had to learn that. We want to put in 1 dash of some Angostura bitters. That seemed like multiple dashes, but the dasher was being stingy, so I had to give it a little shake. Next thing we want to put in here, a new favorite of mine. Let me say, an old favorite of mine, but a newfound favorite since we did the Gaz Regan class. I really have sort of been really digging on our friend Gaz and his Regan's bitters. Really nice. This is the old number 6, he calls it. I like that Gaz's family still gets cash whenever he sells these. I mean, I think that's just capitalism. But I still like to support our good friend Gaz in his quest to keep his family fed. Find yourself an orange bitters, and you need 1 big dash of orange bitters. Grab it right here, turn it all the way upside down. I keep saying 1 and then putting in 2. It's not really fair. The bottles are just being very stingy. Botanist is a good one. Around 100 plus bottles, should be able to find something suitable for everyone. Yes. Good luck. We're all heading over to our good friend Moose's house. He has 100 bottles. We're going to go. Okay. Bonbon. I made my vanilla Angostura putting a vanilla bean in a new bottle. It's good. That sounds amazing. It's not what we did today. But out. We will do it eventually. Lots of ice. As much ice in there as you can. We're going to give this a shake. We don't need to shake this one until it's heat death. What we really just want to do is give it a nice, easy shake. We want some of the water to melt. Obviously, you want some of this water to melt. Every cocktail needs a little bit of water to sort of bring it back to life, right? However, this is not meant to be a slushy. So lots and lots of ice in the tin, and then a nice, easy shake. Imagine for a second you are in Burma, which I assume very hot. It just sounds very hot to me. You're very you're schwitzing, you're sweating all over the place. The last thing you want to do is that's the last thing you want to do. So a nice cool winter breeze shake. Don't know what to do with this hand ever. I should start spelling things. There we go. Oh, dang. Richie Whiffen was here. Hey, Richie the Whiff. Rich Whiffen was here. I think he knows. He has some sort of sensor, and he knows when it is time for the Whiffen Cube shake. Pops in, pops out. Good to see you, pal. We are going to be serving this in a nice frosty glass, something that is boob-shaped. More boob-shaped, the better. This one's pretty boob-shaped, so throw it into this guy right there. If you've done it right, it won't look like a gimlet. If you've done it right, it should have kind of a subtle pinkness to it. Just a little bit of pink in there. That's going to come from things like I made a mistake. I made a mistake. We have to go back, folks, because I've done something wrong. There's a whole other ingredient in here that I just forgot to put in. I absolutely was, I spaced it. I just spaced it. We need, because of course this isn't just a gimlet. Uh-oh. I noticed it because the wash line was a little lower than it was supposed to be. We, instead of not putting this in, like I tried to do moments ago, we need to put this in. This right here is dry curacao. You need some sort of curacao. I prefer the dry curacao. The dry curacao is not, I would not say that this is a dry business. I would not look you in the eye and say dry curacao is dry. It's not sweet. It has some sweetness to it, but it is they call it dry curacao. It's just less sweet, but it's not sweet. We need half an ounce of dry curacao. Sorry. We need half an ounce of some orange liqueur, preferably a curacao. We're going to do this one over here because that's crazy. Just pretend I did that. Amy said earlier that Kush never makes. Is that Amy that says that? No. Who said that? Oh, my mom. My mom says I never make mistakes. My mom. I love her. She is wrong. Kush makes mistakes constantly. It's kind of the fun part about this. As long as you don't put anything extra in, you're good. Now, we've already given it this a pretty big shake. So we're just going to give it a little bit to sort of get it opened up. And then, watch this. We're going to pour it again. See if this works. That's that line I wanted. Right there. I will pretend that I knew that it was from the wash line. It did seem like the drink was a little short for what it's supposed to be, but that's not really what I did. I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's orange. Should be, isn't it? It should be more orange in there. And then I was right. Okay. Oh my goodness, what a day. Next thing we have to do, this is important. This is as important a step as adding lemon to a Sazerac. And let me say, if that sounds ridiculous to you, that that's an important step, then you are not drinking your Sazeracs correctly. You need to add a little bit of orange oil on top of this drink. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to start here and we are going to slowly and carefully just extract some of this lime's peel. About that much. Try not to get too much of this. It's for limes, it's kind of impossible. And you want to put this here, put this here, so we get all the good camera angles. We want to take this, we want to hold it like this, and we want to lightly go ahead and throw the oils on here. Now, this is a very pro move. A lot of people will not, they just don't know of this move. All right. Bartenders that I've known, bartender for 20 years, they don't know this move. So I'm going to show you guys. It's kind of a cool move. It looks like this. Just throw that away. Don't drop that into your drink. All right. You see, it's over here. See, the drink is here. The drink is here, but this is here. Let me do it from another angle. The drink is here, but this is here. It's not in there. Throw it right away. You don't want that into your drink. You just want those oils on the outside. That's how you do it. That's how you know that you have a good bartender, is when they do use that thing, spray, and sometimes it's great to drop it in. Not for this one. This one has its own garnish. We can still use this guy right here. We're going to slice her in half. And we're going to find a little bit that doesn't have the part already cut out. And we're going to give this one just a little bit of a lime. I called these quarters when I was in the bar, but really they're eighths. Drop this in. We're going for beauty, folks. We're going to drop this right in here. Boop. Right there. That right here is the Pegu Club. A cocktail so nice, it basically, let's give it just a touch more credit. Let's give it a little gravitas. It basically started the 2000s. Without this cocktail, we might not have even had the years 2001 through 2009. We just might not have had it. That's heavy gravitas. We certainly might not have had the bartending capabilities during those times. A fabulous cocktail. Very simple to make. And if you've already made a bunch of lime cordial and you just want to do it with lime cordial, I think that's also a great way to do this. Work on your balance. And also, it's important for this cocktail to work on matching your gin to how much lime you're throwing in here. Those are a couple things to practice. I don't mean to give you guys homework. I know you guys don't tune into this show for homework, but it's drinking homework. And I think that's the most important part. So spilling. You got to watch the drink. Watch the drink as it gets to your lips. Cheers to the Burmese, the Myanmarese, and to the bee's knees. Cheers. I can't say I'm shocked. Can't say I'm shocked. It's a great cocktail. It's been around since 1920. It's over 100 years old, this cocktail is. I can't say I'm shocked that it's freaking delicious. I don't think any cocktail, I'm going to try and think about it. I'm going to try and think of a cocktail that's been around for 100 years that is disgusting. I don't know of that cocktail. Bootopia has a challenge, the basil lime cocktail. Oh, Paul has a challenge about penciling things in. Basil lime gimlet, much better. Well, the basil lime gimlet, Bootopia, has not been around for 100 years. Obviously, Jake Paul has a shot when he fights Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is in his 60s. A boxer in his 60s is an older boxer. But in his time, and that is a hot take, the greatest pugilist of all time, Mike Tyson. I'm sorry. Say what you will. You can bring up Sonny Liston. You can bring up, what was his name? Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay. You can bring up him. Nobody beats Mike Tyson in his prime. This one's been around for 100 years. Nobody beats this cocktail in its prime. Some cocktail. I mean, the daiquiri probably beats this one at its time. Anyone. Mike Tyson, we think Mike is 57. Still too old to be boxing Jake Paul or Aaron Paul. Which Paul is he fighting? He's fighting one of the Paul brothers. Too old. Too old. Will I absolutely be glued to my TV set watching that? I will. I love boxing. Water in rocks has been around for thousands of years. And Espen, review, Moose, how is that water in the rocks? I bet it's pretty good. I bet it's pretty darn good. Delicious. Okay. Don't forget. Let me put out a plea. Can I plea with you? We're so close to 2,000. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers on this show. Did I think that I would get 2,000 subscribers? I didn't know. I didn't know how long the show was going to last. But to help us get to 2,000 subscribers, please subscribe. If you're seeing this for the very first time, I know it's not a lot of you. For some reason, it's not getting out to a lot of people. But if you're seeing this for the very first time, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're so close. I'd like to get there soon. If you are subscribed to the channel, and that is mostly who watches this content, like 90% of people that watch this content are subscribers. Please like this, comment, and share it. Let's get to 2,000 as quickly as we can. This is the race to 2,000, folks. Will we get it before? Let's put it. I'm going to put it out there. June. I want to get there before June. That gives us, I'm going to get there before my birthday, June 18th. I want to get there before June 18th. That gives us 2 months to get to 2,000. Come on. Can we do it? He's at my door. Let's do it, folks. I put the show on mix while I'm at work. That's great. Yes. Tell your friends to also do that. To 2,000. Yes, we need that. Stone cold is what we need. Darien, we're thanking each other. That's the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona, from what I understand. Bonbon loves drinking homework. Good. And what else we got? Magic, a magician. Kush has seen, this is Paul. Kush has seen Paul's liquor collection, 300 plus bottles, at least. At least. Paul has an extensive liquor collection, possibly one of the most. Orange oil with a lime. Did I say orange oil? Dang. Oh, well. I messed it up. I'll have to redo that in editing. That, my friends, is what I have for you. Now, let me get you guys an opinion. This weekend is Coachella. Some people call it Coachella. Those people are correct. It's actually called Coachella. The Coachella Valley. Now, for some reason, we call it Coachella. Let me know if you guys would like me to do Coachella themed cocktails. There are some good ones. There are some very nice ones. Let me know if that's what you guys are interested in. I think that's probably what we're going to be doing this Saturday. Coachella, real pronunciation. It's a music festival, Coachella. Cocktails. I think that'd be fun. In the meanwhile, remember.
Goodbye.
I don't know. Remember that punch. Remember that we will be back here on Saturday, but then we will be back again on Tuesday. And after that, boy, oh boy, we'll be back here on Thursday. You know why? Because we do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Any day with a T in it is when we are here. Paul says that would be a cool theme. Bon thinks that's fun. And DC Debbie Clark agrees. Tax day is Monday. Dang. There is a great cocktail called the income tax cocktail, and maybe we should just do it. Okay. Lot to think about. I don't think I want to do all tax cocktails, but I do think maybe we'll do Coachella cocktails. That way the people next week can have cocktails for Coachella. Anyway, that's what I got for you. This is delicious. You guys are the greatest. I have been Dr. Kush, and real quick, sorry. The new name of the channel, youtube.com/@Dr. Kush. They called me. They let me know it was available. So we are now at Dr. Kush, not Dr. Kush Sexotic Drinks. We're not that anymore. Now we're at Dr. Kush, in case you're having a hard time finding us. That's all I got for you. Until next time, what do we always say?
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
You guys watch, I just put my fingers down. Until then, though, we say
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yes, mister. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Yes, all right. Woo!
Wow.
When did you discover that you were so beautiful?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Bye.
Bye, bye.
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Okay.
How about pretty please?
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.